Happy New Year! It's that time of year again when we think about kicking off new habits and making New Year's resolutions. As we look back on the past year and think about where we want to go, it's part of stewardship, Christian living, doing the practical things that make stewardship more easy. It's less about perfection and more about finding rhythms and habits in the song of our day, like the drum beat in a song. Stewardship is just about managing what God has entrusted to us, our time, talents, and treasures, with intention and care. Stewardship isn't about chasing perfection, thank goodness. It's about finding rhythms and habits that help us stay in tune with God's purpose for our lives. By weaving practical steps into our daily routine, we can make stewardship less overwhelming and more natural. It's not about adding more to our to-do list. It's about aligning our choices with the melody God is playing in our lives. Don't stress about hitting every note perfectly. He's walking with you and you with him in grace. Resolutions have a funny way of revealing our humanity. Maybe you promised to be more patient, but someone cut you off in traffic on January 2nd. Or you resolved to wake up early for quiet time with God, but by the 4th the snooze button had won. Or you wanted to develop a daily reading of the Bible and you forgot about Leviticus. Here's the good news. God's mercies are new every morning, not just on January 1st. A resolution isn't a contract with a deadline. It's an opportunity to try again and lean into His grace when we fall short. If you ask someone with a big garden in their yard how long it took, many of them will say it took many years. They got there in small segments. It's easy to compare yourself to others, but remember, you might just be at the beginning of your journey while others are halfway through theirs. The thought of change can feel overwhelming, especially when you're staring at a long list of goals. One of the biggest challenges with resolutions is how often we try to tackle them by ourselves. Just pick one and work on that. We can underestimate what we could do in 10 years and overestimate what we can do in 1 or 2. The beauty, though, is that God doesn't ask us to walk this road alone. Resolutions rooted in prayer and dependence on Him have a way of sticking differently, reminding us that growth isn't just something we achieve on our own, but something He grows in us over time. Every step forward, no matter how small, is part of a journey. And if you stumble, don't worry. God's hand is always there, ready to help you up and point you in the right direction. Remember, a lot of people will give up on their resolutions by 6 weeks. A trick to successful resolutions, they say, is setting realistic goals. Drink more water is more achievable than some vague goal. Break it down into a game plan so you can get over the hump. New Year's resolutions are like golf. You start with a little information and spend the rest of your time working on your golf swing. They're also like freshly sharpened pencils, promise, potential, and a faint suspicion that they won't last long. As the clock strikes midnight, we toast to a new beginning. Whether you're plotting world domination, trying to get out of bed on time, or simply aiming to survive the year with a little more grace, remember this. What truly matters is the effort to grow, even in tiny ways.